Good morning, Roy. How are you?
Very well. And
Good.
how are you, Peggy?
I'm doing fantastic. You may call me Peggy. I'm also Elaine Hussey.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a farm girl through and through. Southern, born and bred in Mississippi, have lived in Mississippi my entire life. And currently we're filming in this old cottage. It's the turn of the century. It belonged to my family. And I'd love to take you on a tour of my gardens. When I first moved here, there was nothing but these gorgeous, gorgeous Bradford pear trees that you see in the background and all around, and we'll do a little tour shortly. But other than that, I had meatball shrubs all around the house. So I spent a number of years digging the shrubs and replanting and putting the plants that I love, many of them passed along from my mother. But I so equate gardening with writing, and I will talk to you a great deal about that today.
Do you find the garden inspiring, especially as a writer?
Absolutely, the garden definitely inspired my book, The Tender Mercy of Roses. At that time, all the roses were in bloom, and it was simply spectacular in my yard. We'll look at our rose arbors when they are in bloom, but not right now. But I'm always inspired not only by my gardens, but by nature in general. I'm quite a lover of nature. I love seeing my yard as it bursts into bloom. Right now it looks like a fairyland with all the forsythia in bloom behind me, beautiful yellow. I dug every bush from my mother's house. There were no forsythia bushes. So I spent several years just digging and transplanting, and my mother said, well, you don't have to dig all those, just dig one because they'll spread. I said, I'm too impatient for that. I want to spread them out right now. I want to see them all in bloom right now. But the forsythia and the Bradford pears all are in bloom about the same time as the daffodils. So it's just joyful to go into my yard now and see everything blooming. Spring, though, so also reminds me of home because of my mother's love for gardening. And you will see in my Peggy Webb novels as well as my Elaine Hussey novels, I always celebrate family, home, the majesty of the spirit, and hope. And to me, nothing is more hopeful than going out after a drab winter and seeing everything in bloom. So spring is rebirth, it's hope, which is a recurring theme in all my work.